I have got such a great book to share with you today. I am so excited. It's called Sheila Ray the Brave. Does anybody recognize this book?
I know about the mouse.
Tell me about the mouse.
It's like a book when the mouse first went to school and everybody teased it because she was named after a flower and her name would fit on a
Adrian, guess what? I brought this book that you were thinking about. Danny, do you recognize this book too? And Vito, I don't know if you could hear Adrian, but what she said was, I knew this mouse. She recognized the mouse. And then she started telling about this book, Chrysanthemum. And she remembered something that happened in this book, that the little girl Chrysanthemum went to school and people didn't like her name. See how long it is? Chrysanthemum, because it was too long. You remember too, right, Danny? It didn't even fit on a name tag. This book is by the same author. A lot of children remember these books because most of Kevin Henke's books have mice as characters. So in this one, the main character is Sheila Ray, okay? And Sheila Ray is very brave. And I know that just by reading the title. Sheila Ray the Brave, okay? And something happens to Sheila Ray in this story, and I'm not going to give it away. But what I am going to tell you, Adrian, is that Sheila Ray starts off being really brave, and then some things happen in the story, and her feelings change a little bit in the story. Not really. In real life, our feelings change all the time, right? They change over time. So when we are reading this book today, what I'd like us to do is stop and think, how is Sheila Ray feeling now? Okay? Because when we do that, we're going to be able to recognize how her feelings change from the beginning of the story to the middle of the story to the end of the story. When we pay really good attention to the characters' feelings, we can understand what they're going through in the story and why they act the way they act. Okay? And when we pay really good attention to characters' feelings and actions, we can better understand what's happening in the story. I'm going to show you what I mean in Chrysanthemum by characters' feelings changing. Okay? Watch what I mean. In Chrysanthemum, and you both remembered some of this already, in the very beginning of the story, she felt really proud and happy because her name, it could be written on a cake, it could be written on paper, on the mail. Every time she saw her name, she felt proud. She loved her name. Her parents kept telling her that it's absolutely perfect, right? But then, just as you mentioned, Adrian, when she got to school, all the other kids started to tease her. So I stopped here as a reader and I said, oh wait, she was feeling proud and happy, but now I notice she's feeling embarrassed about her name. I noticed something changed. Okay? Then as I kept reading on, she went home to tell her parents. She said, oh, I had the worst day in school. No one liked my name. And her parents said, what are you talking about? Your name is beautiful. It's absolutely perfect. And she felt very reassured. So when I was reading this book, I thought, oh, I should stop and write that down. I'm noticing her feelings are changing again. She felt proud and happy, and then she felt embarrassed, and then she felt really reassured by her parents. Reassured means she felt better because her parents told her that everything was okay. And then I kept reading, and I'm thinking, boy, Chrysanthemum's feelings have changed in this story a lot. She was proud, and then she was embarrassed, and then she felt better, and now she's scared again. But we know that at the end of stories, usually there's solutions, right? Things usually get better by the end, so watch. And Adrian, I think this is the part that you were remembering. At the very end, Mrs. Twinkle, her music teacher, said, my name's Delphinium. Delphinium is also a name that's named after a flower, and it's also kind of a long name. So I used a really big word here. Chrysanthemum was feeling very validated. Validated is a hard word. It means that, yeah, it's kind of like you feel happy because now you're feeling like you were right. My name is great. I feel validated. Someone else has a name that's just like mine. And by the end, can you see, Danny, what I wrote here? Perfect. She agreed with her parents. Her name was absolutely perfect. So if I were to take out all these Post-it notes and show you how Chrysanthemum's feelings changed so much throughout the story. So Vito, do you remember how she felt in the beginning?
She felt proud and happy.
And then what, Danny? This was a tough one.
Reassured.
Reassured. She felt reassured. And then we used this very big word. Once she validated. Once she met. Right, Mrs. Twinkle. She felt validated. And then finally.
Perfect.
Perfect. Boys and girls, Kevin Henke's books are like this. A character starts off feeling one thing in the beginning of the story, and then they change so much over time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7 different feelings I counted, right? So I want you to do the same exact thing that I did. I'm going to give you guys some Post-it notes today, okay? And just like I did in Chrysanthemum, when you're reading and you notice that Sheila Ray is feeling something, write that feeling on a Post-it note and put it on that page, okay? And then we're going to talk about how her feelings changed over time and how that helped us better understand the story. All right, let's get started.